It's the NFL on EA Sports as we get set for a Super Bowl 48 rematch. It's the Broncos and the Hawks on Monday night.
We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, welcoming you to the end of Week 1 of the 2022 season. And the appeal for this one, it's obvious. No surprise it's been saved for primetime, CD. These two franchises involved in a blockbuster deal in the offseason that, of course, dealt that quarterback from Seattle to Denver, and now he gets to face his former team.
That quarterback, Russell Wilson, and his first game back in Seattle, his biggest deal, making sure he goes to the proper locker room. Let's face it, Denver had to have a quarterback. We're used to this franchise being one of the best ones in the NFL. 5 straight losing seasons despite talented rosters. Seattle, they experienced their first since 2011, going 7-10. As we begin this new season, high expectations for both, but both with major differences leading their squads.
As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center, guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise, no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play.
We had an idea that they might come out and challenge this secondary, but I don't know if we thought it'd be right out of the gate on the very first play of the game. But they did so successfully, they've got to feel good about how things have started.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
And after the Russell Wilson trade, you have to ask, will Tyler Lockett be able to extend his streak of 1,000-yard seasons to 4 without the only quarterback he's ever played with in the NFL? But the way he plays, a very steady presence who catches everything in sight, I think he's got a good chance of extending that streak and becoming best friends with his new quarterback along the way. He certainly looked like it on that first down catch.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Smith. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Touchdown! Ken Walker. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. The 3 plays already in the end zone. That was quick.
We always talk about offenses understanding what they want to do before they go into a game, and they practice it. They have their script and the plays they want to open with. But defenses aren't just reactive. They have their own ideas as well. These ideas didn't get implemented very well. 3 plays and a touchdown already scored against them.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
And I think that even after a decade in the NFL, he doesn't get enough credit for not just his consistency, but his brilliant play and leadership as well. He's won a Super Bowl in Seattle. He's led his team to another Super Bowl opportunity also in Seattle. His numbers are always terrific, almost always in the Pro Bowl, and all his team does is win. This guy's a natural leader.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete. These fans here in Seattle getting the chance to see Russell Wilson play his first game for a franchise other than theirs. In Russell's 10 seasons in a Seahawks uniform, he went 104, 53-1 in the regular season. Threw for over 37,000 yards, almost 300 touchdowns. A Pro Bowler 9 of his 10 seasons with the Seahawks. And, of course, led them to victory over, ironically, the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48. Now it's Lockett. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And they will take over 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Here's Walker to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
After 60, after 60. Ready. 19 Tiger. Hey, check that.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's go now.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Let's go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Looking for Lockett, and he's got him, working his way free across the middle. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do.
Ready, go.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing again is Smith. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Another try after the first down sack. Smith out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Smith. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. On line, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there complete to Hamler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Now it's Wilson. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. To throw is Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Broncos. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. 35 yards. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And returning it, here's Hamler. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. On first down, Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Wilson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Ready.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Marcus Mariota with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Derrick Henry, a dynamite performance, over 200 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that first half. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So a stop here defensively to start this third quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. To throw is Smith. And Walker has it. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Now Gino. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it... Incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Smith throwing again. Hard throw, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 18. Now Wilson. Albert Okwuegbunam, the intended target. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Now Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Up the middle, it's Williams. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On third down, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready.
Smith. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
3rd and 2, Smith. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Okay, break. Reload. No.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from the rookie, Ken Walker. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. And Denver getting set to take the field. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 14 yards that time for number 14.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Sam Martin now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Returnable for Lockett. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
18 Cardinal.
On second and 11 now. Smith. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Pat the street.
Now Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Here's Walker. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go. Shot alert! Shot alert! Check! Check! Roll! 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 Unlock line! Unlock line! Alert! Alert! Hey! Hey! Check that! Flash! Flash! Check! Happen! Broncos quick! Broncos! Reload! Reload!
And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Get it!
Smith. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:39 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Able to find Judy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that's caught by Williams. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Running left is Walker, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Seahawks, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.